Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video I'm going to share a quick tip on how you can build up your lawn care business quickly when you're first starting out. Coming up. So hey Lawn Care Nation, I want to share a tip with you guys to help grow your business as quickly as possible when you're first starting out. So you've got your trailer ready, you have all your signs and graphics done, you have uniforms, you've got your website built, you've been advertising on Craigslist and Facebook groups, and you've been putting out your postcards and flyers. So the next step you would think is an obvious one, but it's one that often gets overlooked, and it's simply to answer your phone in a timely fashion. Now, this may seem ironic that people would be starting a new business, getting all that stuff in place and in order, and then when the calls start coming in, they either don't answer them right away or they take too long to respond back to those customers' inquiries over voicemail. So obviously the number one thing to increase your business is to answer that phone right away. Now this comes from the past 12 years of experience doing lawn care, and customers calling me and I'll answer, and they'll be their response is typical. It's always, wow, somebody actually answered the phone. You don't know how many companies I've been calling and nobody answers. So that's number one, is answer the phone quickly. Put down whatever you're doing. If you're mowing, you're trimming, and this is where you as a new business can take advantage of what you do have. You may not have a lot of customers starting out, but one thing you do have on your side is time. You have that time that those established businesses don't. When spring happens, it's goes from 0 to 100 almost overnight as far as the workload goes. And a lot of small businesses, I hear the same thing over and over again, where it becomes there's just so much work coming in, they can't even keep up with it. So this is where you, as a new business starting out, can take advantage of that. Take advantage of all those other companies that aren't answering their phone right away. To pick up that phone, and you will, just by process of elimination of nobody else, answering that call or going to voicemail. That customer having to leave messages for somebody else, by having a live person answer that phone right away, that's right away going to increase your chances of getting those jobs. So the second half of that equation, of course, is when there's those times where you don't hear the phone, or maybe you have to put your phone on silent, or you have to turn off your phone for some reason. Maybe you're, at church or at a movie or something like that, and you have to have your phone on silent, and you don't hear those calls coming in, and they go to voicemail. So the next most important step is to return those calls in a timely fashion. Again, this is another thing, another theme from my clients that I hear over and over and over again, is how they will leave messages, when they're first looking for somebody to do the job. They've left a bunch of messages with, a bunch of companies, and I'm the only one that returns their call. Again, very easy to land a job, to, get and pick up that client when you're the only one that's showing up. So a couple of the things that I do to try to help minimize missing a customer call is, number one, I use Bluetooth hearing protection. So something like the IsoTunes Pros that you see on the shelf behind me, or if you like the over-the-ear style, I also will use the Ion Tough Sounds audio that go over your ear. So not only are you getting your hearing protection, but it's also giving you those notifications audibly through your ear. So you'll hear your ringtone, you'll hear that somebody is phoning you. So, in a lot of cases, I'll be working, I can't hear the phone, but I also can't feel the phone if it's on vibration, depending on what I'm doing. So using Bluetooth headphones has dramatically increased the amount of calls that I can hear and respond to right away. So another thing that I did that I have found useful was I invested in an Apple Watch. Now, you don't have to go out and get an Apple Watch. You can get a bunch of other devices that are on the market today, in that wearable category, such as Fitbits. But the thing about these is that they give you a haptic feedback notification on your wrist. So a lot of the Fitbits will do this as well. So if you have an incoming call, or if you have a text message coming in, or an email notification, they will tap you on the wrist. And the Apple Watch is something that does this fantastically, and I think it's worth its weight just for the notifications alone. So again, if I'm using a trimmer or a mower, if for some reason, that notification doesn't come in through my ear, a lot of times, I might have my phone on silent for some reason and forget to turn it back on. Where, in that case, you're not going to hear anything in your headphones. But the nice thing is that Apple Watch is going to be tapping me on the wrist to let me know, or vibrating on my wrist to let me know that there's a call coming through. And the other nice thing is that with that, it minimizes downtime as well, because if I'm trimming, I can just flip my wrist and see who the incoming call is from, if it's a client, or if it's maybe a out of town number or something like that I'm not too worried about picking up. But it lets you quickly do that without really stopping or pausing what you're doing to pull your phone out of your pocket. So just a quick tip there on that. So another interesting observation I've made over the past 12 years is that when you do have those times where you don't answer the phone right away and a customer leaves a voicemail message, the longer it takes to answer back or phone that customer back, the least chance you have of actually picking up that client or that work. So what I mean by this is, if I miss a call and then notice, 5 minutes later that a customer had just called, if I phone them back, within that 5-minute period, there's a really good chance that I'll be able to go meet the client, quote the job, and land that job. If it goes past a half an hour to an hour, then the chances of doing that work can dramatically decrease. There's been lots of times where, I would miss a call early on when I wasn't using Bluetooth headphones, didn't have Apple Watches, back early in my lawn care career, and I would miss a call a customer back an hour or two later, and they would have already hired somebody. They already found somebody to do the job. So now you've wasted some time calling that customer back and not made the best effort to land that job. Now, just a little bonus tip here. What I've done in my business is, for my actual lawn care business voicemail message, I greet them by saying, thanks for calling us. We're unable to get to the phone right now. That we're probably on a noisy piece of equipment and can't hear the phone, but we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So it just lets them know that we're not ignoring their call, that we just, due to the nature of the business, don't hear the phone at that time, but we'll call them back right away. So just a little bonus tip there that you can utilize as well in your own voicemail message. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I'll leave a link down below to my Amazon affiliate store. If you like the content that I create and you want to help support the channel, checking out the Amazon affiliate store is a great way to do that. You can also see links to the podcast t-shirts, such as this one, and also to a bunch of the products that I use and have reviewed on this channel, like those ISO-tunes or the Ion Tough Audio Bluetooth hearing protection as well. You'll find those on that Amazon affiliate store. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom, in your lawn care business. Bye for now.